posh coffee boom of the last 2 decades had an element of froth about it, you may feel vindicated by the news that a new cafe in London is charging £15 for a particular brew of coffee. The beans for that particular cup come from war-torn Yemen. Supply routes have to go through military checkpoints. We're going to taste some here in the studio in a moment. But first, let's hear from the general manager for coffee at the cafe, Le Café Alain Ducasse and Alain Ducasse Restaurants. That general manager's name is Olivier Fellou.
We like the idea that this coffee was growing on a piece of land where coffee would have been growing for centuries, actually 600 years. We like the fact that it was like one of the oldest coffees on the planet. That's why we really wanted it.
How on earth did you discover this coffee in Yemen, this special place where the coffee has been growing for so many years?
We basically received coffees from everywhere in the world. And this coffee from Yemen, because it's so old, because it's so delicate and everything, caught our attention. It was agreed that we would buy a lot of this coffee. I think it was 8 kilos, I think. But I got in touch with these people who are half from Yemen and half British. And they explained the story to me.
Olivier,
yeah?
Here's a theory. It's like the restaurants that have a really expensive bottle of wine. It's designed to make you think, even though you're never going to buy it, you probably only have the one bottle because you're never going to sell it. It's designed to make people think this is a very posh restaurant. It's marketing. Is that what this coffee is, the £15 coffee, or is anyone actually going to buy it?
I think the analogy is the perfect one with the wine. We offer a £15 cup, actually 2 cups, but of coffee, because it's a very uncommon, very delicate and very rare products. And I think not everybody will be able to taste that because, it's complicated and everything. But
expensive is the word you're looking for, I think.
Not only. I mean, the price also comes for a reason.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's expensive, and I'm not trying to bargain about that. Obviously, it's expensive, definitely. But the thing is, first of all, we do not only serve expensive products; we have affordable products, and also there's a reason for the price. And one of the reasons is the taste. It's amazing. Okay. And the grade and everything. But also the fact that, it's challenging. It's 2,300 meters above sea level. You have to take it down. And the area is in a political complicated situation. It goes through checkpoints and there's no harbor because it's closed and everything. So that's part of the price. But also the guys selling this coffee, they pay from 7 times more to 20 times more for a kilo of coffee. The way I see it, it's like from the farmers to our clients through intermediary people. But the thing is, I think it's kind of interesting that this economics and this market still exists during tough moments.
Olivier Fellou there, who's general manager for coffee at the Alain Ducasse cafes and restaurants. Right, I'm joined by Harry Wallop, who is a consumer journalist and writer, and who alerted the world to this coffee. And we've got some here, Harry.
Yes.
Now, you've poured it, but are you quite sure we know which is which? Because you've got a cheap filter coffee.
Well, you say cheap, it's £3.50. I mean, that's,
expensive filter coffee.
It's twice the price of, it's more than twice the price than popping into McDonald's for your filter coffee.
I'm happy to say it's actually retained its warmth as it's come from the cafe at King's Cross. That was the cheap filter. This is the real thing.
This is the Yemeni at £15, which the cafe says is 2 cups worth. I think that's extremely generous. You get 250 mils, which I would say is a modest size.
Right, and I have to confess I put a little bit of milk in. Go on, you
I haven't got milk. Are you going to
spit or swallow?
Well, excuse the slurping.
I meant to do that for radio.
I mean, it is very tasty coffee.
It's fine.
It's light. It's refreshing. It's very different from a.
It's not £15. It's not £15.
No, it's not £15. But then Alain Ducasse is a chef with 20 Michelin stars to his name, whose cheapest starter at his flagship restaurant in Paris is €89 for some root vegetables and yogurt.
Right. So look, I think it's been done by putting people's heads in MRI scans and giving them wine and lying to them about how expensive it is. And it shows people enjoy one more if they think it is really expensive. It is literally the price makes you enjoy it more. And maybe that's what's going on.
I mean, there is a lot of ceremony in the cafe itself in King's Cross. I mean, there are very nice baristas. In fact, they're not called baristas; they're called cafetiers or something like that. And they pour from a great height, especially 91 degrees. Is the water. It's poured into special, rather beautiful-looking, pots. But the cafe's tiny. You cannot swing a civet cat in there. There's only seats. They're not even seats. Uncomfortable stools for 10 people there. So
yeah, we have bungled it because So I think the price makes you enjoy it more, and I think the experience makes you enjoy it more. The ritual makes you enjoy it more, and we're just sitting in this BBC studio with plastic, cardboard cups. We also have Michael Burke with us, who's going to give us the trail in a minute. But I think, Michael, as you're here,
would you like to try some Yemeni coffee?
I'd love some. Yes. I'm a rather gold-plated.
Actually, swill it very loudly, Michael, so the listeners can get it.
I'm a child of my generation, actually. I only drink instant coffee. What is this stuff?
Well, this is drip coffee. So this is surprising how the hipsters have gone full circle. The espresso and the cappuccino and the flat white is now history.
See, I actually did
back
think
to old-fashioned drip coffee.
I had assumed it was an espresso-style coffee, but it's a drip coffee.
I don't want to spoil your party, Harry, but this is really sour. I mean, it's I've been to Yemen. It's a ghastly place, and the coffee's even ghastier.
No. I mean, it's not a bad coffee. It's just not a £15 coffee. It's just not.
Yeah, I mean, it's very lightly roasted, so you do get that acidity, which you don't get with that dark roasting. I can't believe I'm defending this very expensive coffee. I've been brainwashed.
They did give us. What are these little snacks we've got?
That's sugar. That's from because they also
round sugar lumps, which is a nice.
Well, because they also
from Reunion
sell
Island,
French single origin coffee. And you think, where the hell do they grow coffee in France? It's from the Reunion Islands, and that's £13. So nothing is really cheaper.
Harry, it says a lot about modern capitalism, and a lot about coffee. Thank you very much for coming in. Michael, thank you for tasting, but I think you should probably tell us what are you up to this evening?
Well, I will in a moment, but the ghosts of BBC Canteens past are screaming, I think, at this particular moment. OK, Michael Jackson may have been dead for a decade, but